Hey, let's get right into it because the big talk this week was the Mark Scheifle hit on Jake Evans, the subsequent suspension. He gets suspended for 4 games, which if you follow along with the pinwheel, that is the NHL Department of Player Safety, 4 games in the playoffs is the equivalent to 8 games in the regular season. So pretty hefty suspension for what they've been known to hand out lately. How do you feel about it? How did you feel about the hit? Do you think the suspension was enough? You are obviously a noted Habs fan, but you've got some objectivity. You know what's right and what's wrong.
I do. Listen, this is coming from someone that thinks that Tom Bertuzzi got a bad rap. You think he meant to break that guy's neck? No. He tapped him. He pulled him down. It was 1 in a million. I actually think Marty McSorley and Brashear was a little overrated. He tapped him on the head with a stick a bit. He didn't like whack him. He tapped him. He said, "Let's go." Right? So to me, you know what I mean? I'm old school. I was like a dirty ass goalie, man. Like, I loved Billy Smith as a kid, New York Islanders. Like, I used to actually practice in my backyard with my stick, like jabbing trees, like
carving them up,
like calf, like in the back. Like, I was like an Olympic fucking archer, man. I could slash you in the calf, man, like cut you up. You wouldn't even see it coming. I was so good. Like, I practiced that more than stopping pucks. I used to like box with like the blocker on in my backyard. I'm like, I'm like, I got to be ready, man. I got to be ready. So I'm all for tough hockey. That was a Bush League garbage motherfucking move that he pulled. All right, he went 190 feet. If he wanted to play the puck, he would have dove for the puck, right? It was like, it was like 3.5 seconds, and I'm sick of people talking about it was a split-second decision. It was a fucking 4.5 second decision. He was barreling in, and when he got to around the circle, he saw, all right, he scored, but he decided in the heat of the moment, I'm going to murder the dude.
Yep.
And he did. So good for you, Scheifle. And now, Scheifle's family's getting harassed online, and it's not right. Well, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't be fucking concussing 25-year-old kids on their birthday, jackass. I'm so sick and tired of hearing about how Mark Scheifle, you know what? He said, I played 605 games in the NHL. I've never been ever been accused of charging anyone before. Well, O.J. Simpson was never accused of murdering anyone before either, right? I don't give a shit. He's a nice guy. Prisons are full of nice guys who didn't mean to do what they did. Fuck him. I hope they get swept. And you know what? I don't know what more to say besides the best. Only thing they can do is win on the ice, but I can't lie. I'm concerned about the actual game itself, though.
So a lot to unpack there, but I will say one thing I really agree with you on is Scheifele, he came flying from the other end. He came from the other goal line. And he realized he was not going to be able to stop Evans from scoring. And he made that decision. All right, I'm not going to be able to stop him. I'm going to smoke him. Like, he didn't try and play the stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
He could have said, at the last second. You know what I mean? Listen, it's like running a pedestrian over. I'm sure it's crossed everyone's mind, but you don't do it. Right? You think, you know what? I'd like to run this jackass over. Then you think, it's probably not a good idea. Scheifele just never got to that not a good idea part.
Yeah, and then there's the whole community online that we're softening the game, we're making the game soft. I disagree. Yeah. I mean, I think there are specific acts that require specific specific sentences and specific situations. Like we always say, we always joke, situations are situational. This is one of them.
Yeah, he gets
killed for that.
He gets fucking ragdolled and fucking shoved into the ice. And the thing about it, he's complaining about 4 games. Paul Maurice, come out, apologize. Don't do what you did. Scheifele, come out, say I shouldn't have done it. It would have been 2 fucking games, but you guys couldn't do it. You couldn't apologize. You said it was fine, and you got 4 games, so live with it.
I think 2 was the right call. I think 2 would have sufficed. 4 is heavy, but if they're going to do this moving forward, and they're going to stay consistent with it, I'm okay with 4. But you just got to keep that same standard because we see Tom Wilson gets nothing. Then we see Revo in the Vegas situation gets 2 for his situation with Graves. So it's like it's all over the place. It's like they just need to find some model consistency with it.
I called for 2 as well. At the time, I said, you know what, even if it was 1, but 2, I think 2 would have been good. But I think you're right, Gump. And they weren't you remember after the game, Paul Maurice said, yeah, I guess it depends on what flag you have on your car because people in Canada are nut jobs and all have like their flags on the car, right? So of the team. So, and then he said, and you could tell Maurice was somewhat apologetic. And Boom. Next morning, he was on. There was nothing dirty about it. I don't know. Like, they just changed their tack. There was no regret about it. And, you know, their argument is gone. And the thing is, too, you're right. There's a lot of people out there. Oh, it's soft. You're soft, Morency. The game is soft. In our day, I bet you these fuckheads that are saying that in their day are 22 years old, right? I bet you, like, in their day, and I tell you what, in your day, I used to practice motherfucking outside in, like, 1974, motherfucker. You want to talk about old school hockey? At 6 a.m, I was a goalie sitting there freezing my ass off. You want old school? I played outdoors, all right? I played outdoors. And I swear to God, I said it last night, man. All you motherfuckers out there, oh, it's soft. Keep your head up. They teach you that in Pee Wee. No, they don't. They don't teach you in Pee Wee that you're going to get your head knocked off 3 seconds after you put the puck in the net. They kick you out of Pee Wee. You never played in Pee Wee. Like they teach you that in Pee Wee. No, they don't. No, they don't teach you that, Pee Wee. I said the other day, I wish, man, we could expose people online, guys, because I said, I'll give you guys $50,000 if you can tell me the difference between what is a CCM Super Tack and what is a Bauer and what is a Sherwood. You wouldn't know the fucking difference between that, a toaster and a Pop-Tart, right? And they're telling us about, the way hockey should be. Shut up.
Oh, well said, Gabe. I mean, it was beautifully summed up there. Gabe, also with us is our co-host, AQ Shipley, Super Bowl champion. He's a man who played in the NFL for 10 years. He knows something about banging heads together. AQ, what were your thoughts on the whole situation? We didn't get a chance to get you to chime in here yet.
Yeah, you know me. I mean, I'm all about hits in hockey. I think there's a part of the game that just the Tom Wilson illegal shit, this running guys down from, like you said, I mean, 4.5 second delay. I mean, you just can't have that. There's no place in the game for that. And, you know, I would like to see more consistency, like you said. I think we've been preaching that all year long, regardless of what the situation is. I think the NHL, the players want to see more consistency in how they call it, how they penalize it, how they suspend guys. I mean, whatever it is, I think that's the biggest issue that I think we're seeing across the board.
They're like politicians, the NHL. It's a great point. They wait and see which way the wind blows. Are people really upset about this? Are they forgetting about this? And we always know this in the NHL, where it's whacked out. It's the result, not the attempt. So, like, if you go on the street,
it's always optics, right?
Yeah. If you go on the street and you shoot at somebody, you pull out a gun and you shoot at them, and you miss them, in Gary Bettman's world, that's fine because you didn't hit him.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you tried to kill him, but you didn't. So it's okay, right? But if you glazed them, you might get 17 games. If you glaze them, you might get 2, depending on who you are, what market is. You're right. There's no consistency whatsoever at all. And there never has been. This isn't new. There never has been consistency with the NHL and their discipline.